4 years after quitting the spotlight, Meghan's every action is still analyzed by royal fans and mainstream media alike, but not usually in a positive light. Meghan has one big problem she couldn't hide forever. How did someone so initially beloved take such a rapid fall from grace? And what can we learn from her deterioration? Is Meghan actually a victim, or is there something bigger happening to her? Hi, I'm Hannah, and today we're exploring the one big problem that led Meghan Markle to become voted one of Hollywood's biggest losers instead of her glorified trajectory as a Hollywood actress turned princess. Don't forget to subscribe for other content like this where we explore trends, traditions, and lifestyle for an elegant, inspired life. When Meghan Markle became a household name, the world was ecstatic. A pretty much unknown American actress had won the heart of the world's most eligible royal bachelor, and the message was clear that fairy tales do exist. A woman from America could meet and marry a British royal prince and live happily ever after. Well, that's at least what the world thought at the time. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced their engagement in the fall of 2017, the press was extremely positive about how beneficial this union would be. She was applauded as the future of the monarchy, a breath of fresh air, and a welcome change. But after their promises to hit the ground running resulted in only 72 public working days in 3 years, Meghan and Harry called it quits, and they moved to California in 2020, blaming their departure on a racist institution, biased press, and an unwelcome nation. Since childhood, Meghan Markle has had aspirations to be a renowned star like Julia Roberts. As the daughter of an award-winning Hollywood director of photography, Meghan grew up on film sets and undeniably enjoyed a life of privilege. She followed in her family's footsteps and worked towards becoming a star. And it wasn't until after decades, like until she was in her mid-30s, of hard work when she finally got her big break on a B-list Canadian cable TV show as number 6 on the call sheet, Rachel Zane in Suits. Soon after, she started her lifestyle and travel blog, The Tig, where she aimed to inspire and educate her followers about her life. And after some meager success, including some pay-to-play positions like in UN Women and some humanitarian work in Rwanda, things took an entirely a different turn after she turned her sights towards the UK, and she began searching for an eligible bachelor with the help of a friend. And the rest, of course, is history. But Meghan's whole life has had one problem that she just can't get past. And it's a problem that the press initially ignored. They wrote it off as her being down to earth. They said that this was just her being casual, some of her California influences. But she couldn't really hide this problem forever. No matter how much Meghan desires to be seen like her late mother-in-law, Princess Diana, she honestly just does not hold a candle to her. Because unlike Princess Diana, Meghan just isn't elegant. And that's not just my objective opinion. No matter how much she tries, Meghan leans into the wrong stereotypes of elegance rather than embracing its foundations. Meghan has inadvertently branded herself as cringy, needy, untrustworthy, and disrespectful to the general public because she has totally missed the point of elegance. This behavior is exactly what South Park picked up on and marked both her and Harry for. It's the complete opposite of their former life as a respected senior royal couple in Windsor. So let's break it down a little bit. On her wedding day in 2018, headlines were breaking that her father wouldn't be making it across the ocean to walk her down the aisle because of a serious heart attack. And this left only her mother, Doria Ragland, as the sole representation of her family. Odd, right? Her fellow Suits castmates had been invited to the ceremony, but not to the reception. Oprah and George Clooney and a host of other celebrities had received invites and were there, but they later admitted that they'd never met her before the memorable day. Some of them hadn't even met Harry. So Was there something to hide and fear about her old and new life mixing? She was taking great effort to separate the two. So, after a thorough evaluation of Meghan's history, it's hard to really know who is Meghan Markle. Over the years, her personality, stories, even her passions have completely changed, which is normal to some extent, but dramatically. From political intern to struggling actress to influencer to chef to humanitarian to socialite to duchess. See, feminine elegance is grounded in authenticity and trustworthiness. The classically feminine, elegant woman lives out her values and are recognized for their commitment to them. Meghan instead leaves a trail of broken families, broken friendships, even multiple lawsuits in her wake. To be seen as elegant, you've gotta be authentic and vulnerable. So, this is called symmetry, and it also visually manifests in people's wardrobe with a signature style that fits them and reflects their values. But Meghan's disloyal and deceptive reputation is reflected in her unflattering, unkempt, wrinkly wardrobe, which doesn't help her pursuit of elegance. Meghan's vulnerability has always soured to victimhood, and her authenticity feels forced and controlled. Things are never her fault. Education and intellect is also clearly important for Meghan, and she tries really hard to speak the part. But her efforts to sound cultured and accomplished often come across sounding completely incoherent and nonsensical. Like she's trying to sound smart. Honestly, in her effort to insert herself into these bigger conversations, she speaks frequently with nothing of substance to say. Elegance doesn't try to assert itself or usurp the conversation to gain attention. Instead, elegance is found in strategy and simplicity, and it's absolutely never demanding. So, in order for Meghan to gain true elegance, she's got to learn that less is more. In her dress, how she carries herself, and absolutely in her speech. The attention she seeks can actually, ironically, be found in silence rather than excess information, which we certainly have received so much from the Sussexes over the last year between her podcast, Netflix series, their books, and random public appearances. Her kind of behavior pushes really influential people away from her and Harry and feel in fear that they too might end up written about in their saga. Before Meghan became the Duchess of Sussex, fans who knew of her from Suits may have known too much of her, if you catch my hint. In fact, Prince Philip may have been totally right in his warning to Harry to never marry an actress. Seduction is an art that has to be mastered, and elegant women have accomplished this. They know that seduction doesn't have to just be sexual. Seduction is about using the imagination to creatively attract someone, and Meghan has some work to do here. The subtleties of seduction have been railroaded by her desire to come first, be it cutting in front of Harry, speaking for him, or inserting herself where she shouldn't be. Her seduction is absolutely squashed. She doesn't leave any room for imagination in her public persona, or in her wardrobe, or her books, or her podcasts. It often seems like she's trying too hard. I really think if Meghan stepped back, truly let her humor shine through, and just had fun with her husband with no agenda, we'd see a very different and maybe much more attractive Meghan. In the Netflix documentary in December of 2022, Meghan reenacted the first time meeting the late Queen Elizabeth II, and she compared the experience to medieval times with a enormously huge bow, and the world watched in shock. How could she compare such a regal and historical institution to an American dinner theater? Meghan's lack of respect for history, her husband's legacy, and tradition were truly shocking to so many people, and clearly she was unfit to be a part of the British royal family if this was her approach all along. Elegant women have a deep respect for tradition, and a long-lasting, timeless desire for things that will endure for generations. Meghan's deep disrespect for her husband's legacy has been so detrimental to her brand. Even Princess Diana, who suffered at the hands of the very same British press as Meghan, said that through all her trials, she would never, ever disrespect or leave the crown because that was her children's future. And Meghan has completely disconnected her own children from their heritage. If Meghan wants to leave a legacy for generations to come, she should seriously reconsider her rejection of tradition. Meghan simply isn't elegant, as much as she wants to be. Elegant women embrace symmetry, subtraction, seduction, and sustainability in their everyday lives to create a lasting, memorable, and positive impression. Unlike Princess Grace Kelly, who also married into a royal family as an American actress, embraced classical elegance, and loved the tradition she married into. Meghan, however, will continue to flounder. By rejecting these four components to elegance, she comes off as cringy, awkward, needy, and untrustworthy. By understanding more about elegance than just its stereotypes, we too can position ourselves to be powerful, influential women who will leave a mark on our communities and world. When you trash your family, overshare, reject tradition, and dress really sloppily, you simply are not going to be elegant, and pretending you are is just, well, it's pretty cringy. So, if you never want to be cringy like Meghan Markle or unreliant on trends like Meghan has really leaned into, I've written a whole ebook on the 4 principles of elegance, and I'd love to share it with you. It's in the description. Just click the link and I'll send it to you completely for free once you put in your email. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you next time.